Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors, including real fishing and hunting situations involving wildlife. We do our best each week to bring you tasteful content, but viewer discretion is advised. Now, enjoy the show.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
This week, we head to Queen Anne's County to go falconry hunting. We head to Ocean City for the 29th annual AGH Penguin Swim. Scorchy's Corner takes us to Greenwood for some horsing around. And we'll meet the December recipient of the WBOC Mountaire Farm to Table Scholarship. All of that and more coming your way right now.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show dedicated to a commitment of conservation and to the community that makes Delmarva's outdoors such a hidden gem here in the Mid-Atlantic. My name is Jason Lee, and look, I don't want to panic anyone, but there are only 50 weeks left until Christmas.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here's Jason Lee.
About a month ago, we took a trip to Queen Anne's County to get an introduction into a sport that dates back to 2000 BC. The sport is falconry. How did you get into falconry?
I saw it on TV, on a PBS documentary about nature when I was about 12 years old. And then I told myself, one day I'm gonna do that. And I saw it in person when I was 13 years old to my sister's Girl Scout troop field trip to Medieval Times. And they had a falconer that should find a peregrine falcon around the stadium for audience to see. So I talked to her after the show, and she told me she was a falconer and said I get a license for it. After that, 2 years later, I got my license when I was 18. I was 18 when I got my license, and I've been doing it about 5 years now. This is Hilda, the female Harris Hawk.
Hilda the Harris Hawk.
She is 3 years old. Got her at 16 weeks old from a licensed breeder in New York. And she is good. She's reliable. The only reason they're hunting and cooperating with you is because they're hungry. They want to find some food, and they know you're eating some food. So they figure sticking with you and having you flush game for them and feed them if the hunt is unsuccessful is a better way of meeting survival than just in the wild hunting by yourself when the stakes are higher. There's not always a guaranteed meal at the end of the day. The average falconry bird takes around 21 days to train fully, repetition, same schedule every day. All right, so she's in the sky. She's on a branch looking down. It's our job to get something moving for her to see and go after. So she knows what we're doing, and she realizes that we are the dogs. We're flushing game for her. So I go after her. Come on, girl. So yeah, we're familiar with the area. Let's give her a little right now, so we're not gonna do this right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take her home and give her a little bit more, and then probably next day or two, take her back out. Do better next time.
This is amazing. That's about as good outdoors as I can hope for. I've never done this. This is amazing.
Get outdoors, Delmarva.
That works for me.
Hawks and other birds of prey share that feeling with other hunters of all species when it comes to coming up empty-handed or empty talent. But I'm sure that that's not the last time that we'll hang out with Hilda and William. Still to come, we'll head back to Scorchy's Corner where we'll be horsing around, but coming up next, we'll head to Ocean City and we'll see about this penguin invasion that hit the beach. Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. We'll be right back.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Happy New Year and welcome back to Outdoors Delmarva. Now I know that jumping in the ocean in January doesn't appeal to a lot of people, myself included. But when it comes to doing it for a good cause and on a perfect weather day, well, sometimes you just got to jump right in.
It takes a certain amount of character to swim in the ocean during the winter. And when someone's character helps them become a character, we can only be talking about the Atlantic General Hospital's annual Penguin Swim.
The Penguin Swim is started 29 years ago with a group of doctors and one of our legacy sponsors, Phil Hout. They devised a way of raising money and donating it back to the community, to their community hospital, Atlantic General Hospital. And the event has grown exponentially in the past 29 years to include almost 900 swimmers annually. This year we've raised well in excess of our goal, which was $70,000. So we couldn't do that without the community support and those that choose to visit Ocean City.
And as the clock is set for T-minus 30 minutes, swimmers and spectators hear those wonderful advisory words.
And the countdown begins.
Michael and I are co-chairs of the Penguin Swim Committee. I've been with the foundation for I think 4 or 5 years now and started with the Penguin Swim many years ago just as a participant. And when I joined the foundation, decided to help as much as I could with the Penguin Swim. So with Michael's help and certainly the rest of the foundation staff and the committee that we've assembled, it's been an honor to serve on the board and to raise as much money as we can for the hospital. And this is probably our biggest event for raising awareness in the community with tourists and residents of what the hospital means to the community. So it's an honor to serve on the board.
It's a fantastic turnout. What a wonderful day. But yes, it was a wonderful turnout. We're so happy and grateful to all the people who came.
As the new president and CEO of the hospital, I'm just proud of the community. And to see the turnout, the participation, just a great spirit here this morning. It's just exciting. I'm proud to be part of the hospital and the community that cares so much about raising money for the health care that we provide at the General Hospital. It's a great day.
We give out over 20 awards between the fundraising categories and the costume contest and youngest, oldest, farthest traveler. Today was just a fantastic day. As Don mentioned, everybody went to the fundraising aspect. There's the fundraising aspect as well. That's so important. Over 850 people took the plunge today, for their community hospital. And it's not, the water's not warm, the temperature's warm, but they all took it upon themselves to jump in now. We're all a little bit crazy, but we all have charitable souls to this is why we do it.
And as folks make their way down to the beach, the temperature is perfect and the water is ready. We just need to check in with Seth Hetherington from the Ocean City Beach Patrol.
Now, what's the water temperature like right now, Seth?
Low 40s. We checked at about 43 degrees earlier today.
43 degrees?
Yes, sir.
Do you swim in 43-degree water?
Not typically, but if we need to, we will.
Now, this is actually a really nice day. I think it's like 56 degrees out here right now, so if you're going to have a penguin swim in January, seems like the perfect day to do it.
Absolutely, it does. It's not, the wind isn't being terrible, so I think when people come out of the water, the sun will hit them and will warm them up.
And no, your eyes weren't playing tricks on you. That is indeed Sherman the Shorebird, and though he doesn't say much, when he does, it's profound and worth paying attention to.
You having a good New Year so far? Are you getting in the water today?
Well said, Sherman. Well said. And off they go. Nearly 900 people jumping into the chilly waters of the Atlantic to raise money for their community hospital. Penguins, a bull, a unicorn, and hundreds of brave souls all making a splash while making a difference. And when everyone returns back up to the Princess Royale to dry off and warm up, there's just one thing left to say.
If you can't wait until next year to join in on the fun, well then I invite you to join us next month for the Special Olympics Delaware Polar Bear Plunge in Rehoboth, where I will, yes, actually be jumping in. More details about that are coming soon.
Outdoors Delmarva, wishing you and yours a safe and prosperous new year. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine.
Happy New Year and welcome back to Outdoors Delmarva. We're going to head back to Scorchy's Corner and get an equestrian lesson, so saddle up. And we're not going to wait until dawn because we ride right now.
Honoring the life and legacy of Scorchy Taws, thanks to Shorts Marine in Long Neck, Delaware. Shorts Marine, everything but the water.
There's 3 new dandies at a dandy farms in Greenwood, Delaware. Tika, Ben Malika, and Diona. Egyptian Arabian horses recently flown in from Israel to be further polished for the show ring by a dandy's Kathy Vincent.
I'm going to show you 2 of the 3 horses that came in. And you're going to see one mare that's 2-year-old, will be 3, by a straight Crabbit stallion. I think she was bred in England and imported to Israel. In my opinion, she is of the national quality. She can come to this country and really go places.
But more importantly, Kathy Vincent herself has really gone places since we last visited with her at a dandy 3 years ago. A top-rated trainer for many years, she has now climbed the ladder of success from a national to now an international judge of Arabian horses.
Last October, I went to Israel to judge their national championship. I met the owners of the horses and I visited all the ranches after the show was over and really had a wonderful experience.
From that Israeli experience came the 3 Egyptian Arabians, including the yearling Ben Malika you are now watching, all shipped to her by their owners, the King Solomon Arabian Partnership. They were obviously impressed by the professionalism of this dedicated trainer from Delaware's Sussex County.
To me, this horse business has just been my savior. I just absolutely love it. It's been the only thing I've ever done, the only way I've ever made any money, the only way I've ever made a living, and it's my whole life.
And why has that life been dedicated to Arabians only?
Because they're the most beautiful of any breed. They carry themselves with such presence. They're very intelligent horses. They're very loving horses, very well-mannered horses. There's nothing like an Arabian horse.
Which simply means Tika, Ben Malika, and Diona are in good hands. Scorchy Taws wandering our Delmarvelous land for WBOC News.
Remembering Scorchy Taws is presented by Shorts Marine, online at shortsmarine.com.
Did you know there are 2 traditional terms used to describe someone involved in falconry? A falconer is someone who flies a falcon, but someone who flies a hawk or eagle is referred to as an Austringer. Did you know the art of falconry may have begun in Mesopotamia or modern-day Iraq around 2000 BC? Did you know Harris hawks in the wild live in packs and hunt cooperatively with a societal hierarchy similar to wolves? Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina, Outdoors Delmarva, wishing you and yours a safe and prosperous new year. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine.
Welcome back to Outdoors Delmarva. We are proud to partner with Mountaire Farms to recognize Delmarva High School students who have a passion for agriculture and the culinary arts. And this week, we meet Hunter Holladay, the December recipient of the WBOC Mountaire Farm to Table Scholarship.
Well, farming is important because if we don't have it, I mean, that's all the world's based on. That's how you get your food and everything like that. And I just want to be a part of it because I love the aspect of farming, just being there with the animals and stuff like that.
He was like one of those model students that you hope everyone is, you know. He was always doing his work. If anybody was in his group was off task, he was always like, oh, come on guys, we need to get this done, you know, and like hardworking and pleasant, just funny, and so, you know, just one you always hope that they're all like. I just feel like he's such a real person. You know, he's just always right up front with everything, and you know, he's not what I would call like a mile-a-minute talkative person, but he's always willing to talk and always able to talk to just about anyone. You know, there's lots of personalities in a classroom, and like he could relate to everyone.
When it comes to the National FFA organization, the first thing is being able to do the different things that we have. So we have a lot of different competitions, a lot of different leadership things, and I think that once they get to the point where they like doing those kind of things, and they usually, after the first couple times, they're hooked on that kind of stuff. I do know that he actually competed in the poultry contest too, which is kind of advocating for that. So he actually, in that contest, he has to be able to evaluate broilers, laying hens. He has to be able to grade eggs. He has to know the ready-to-cook aspects of the grading. So he's actually doing real-world stuff in that competition, which actually advocates for all that anyway.
Hunter's main job is to keep me organized. That's pretty much it, because there's so much on a plate as an advisor that you kind of have to delegate, and since he's the go-to after me, he's the one that has to make sure that all of our ducks are in a row. He organizes the members, he's helped with registration, he organizes fundraisers. You know, he's not the workhorse, he's more of the face of the organization. The workhorse would be the vice president, because he's the one that gets everything. Hunter gets everything going, and then he's like, all right, you guys are doing all of this. So I tell him what needs to be done, and he makes sure that our officers get it done. A lot of times, and this is not just with Hunter, this has been with a lot of our students, they come in as 9th graders in our pathway, and they want to get involved in the FFA, but they're really quiet and they're shy, and they kind of try to stay back and not really put themselves out there. But from his 9th grade year up until now, I mean, obviously if he's my president, he's somebody that can talk to a group of people and get other members involved. So we've seen him grow from that quiet 9th grader into the more involved, hey, follow me kind of leadership role as our FFA president.
I just want to say thank you for the scholarship, and thank you for taking your time and picking me.
Hunter Holladay, for your commitment to feeding the world like we do at Mountaire Farms, it's my pleasure to present to you the Mountaire WBOC Farm to Table Scholarship Award. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Once again, congratulations, Hunter. If you'd like more information or to nominate a student, search Farm to Table at WBOC.com. We'll wrap up the show with your latest photos when Outdoors Delmarva returns.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine.
Welcome back to Outdoors Delmarva. It's time to flip through the photo album and take a look at your latest photos, thanks to our friends at North Bay Marina.
Joseph Lizier of Salisbury had a couple of visitors in his backyard. Dalton Kinsel returns to the show with his buddy Matthew Taylor, showing off their squirrel harvest. Jessica Passwater sent in some photos of crew, Jaden, Waylon, and Tyner making the most of enjoying Delmarva's outdoors. Meg Watts and her hunting partner Wren show off their impressive dove haul along with a goose for good measure. And Aubrey Fitzhugh of Cambridge just might be the cutest duck hunter we've ever seen.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina.
Well, that's going to wrap up our show this week. Keep sending in those photos by emailing outdoors@wboc.com. Remember that you can like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And you can also find us at wboc.com under the features section. We hope to see you right back here next week. But until then, we hope to see you outdoors, Delmarva.
You've been watching Outdoors Delmarva, which is presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And sponsored by Shorts Marine. Everything but the water.